So let's take a deep dive look at the color theme tool, because looking at this layout here, the colors of the purple and the yellow really have no relationship on the beach image that's actually in the layout. So if you're wanting to try and get a tie-in between the photographic content you bring into InDesign and the stuff you generate inside of InDesign, color will offer you one of the greatest synergies with that content, tied together to create that relationship between the two. So ideally what I'd like to do is have my InDesign content colored the same way as some of the colors in the photograph. So to do that, you have historically been able to click on, say for example, a shape inside of InDesign, the one, the purple rectangle here, go to the tools panel and click on the Eyedropper tool. And that will then allow you to hover over and specifically sample the color that falls underneath the icon in your tool here. So if I was to click on, say, a yellow, it would give us this color here, and it puts it inside the object. Note that it put it inside the object because I had my fill icon active here in the tools panel. So if you want to change and resample the color again, notice if I click, it's a little bit twitchy. So you might find that you have to tap the I key on the keyboard once again, and that kind of resets the eyedropper, and you can then resample from somewhere else. So notice when you see this symbol here, that's not to sample. You see the little icon, it looks like the kind of pipette is filled with liquid. But if you tap the I key on the keyboard, that will reset the eyedropper tool and you can sample again. That's just one color at a time. It's not kind of giving you a set of colors that work harmoniously with one another. It's just a random set of colors that are in the image. So it's a starting point, but we can do better. So if I switch to my selection tool and click away from the object, what I can do is I can go and hover over the eyedropper tool, click and hold down, and we have the color theme tool. When I click on that, you'll see it looks almost identical to the eyedropper, except it has three little squares next to it, trying to indicate that this is the color theme tool, that we have a set of colors. So you hover your cursor over ideally a photograph. You're going to get, varying results from something that isn't a photograph. If you've got a vector graphic, it will pluck out a set of colors from there. But for the best kind of impactful effect, you want to go for a photograph. So how do you sample? Well, you hover your cursor over the photograph, and it's probably one of the most clearest identifications of something being active inside of InDesign, having that outline around the object. So you see here, as I hover my cursor over elements inside of InDesign, you can sample from anything, but the photograph is going to be the best bet in here. And when I left click anywhere on this photograph, it will give me the color theme panel, and in there it will build a 5-color theme. This will by default be a colorful theme. You can choose bright, deep, dark, or a muted set of themes to work with. You choose whichever one you want, really. So from here, I'm going to choose bright. I'll left click on there, and then we need to use it somehow. So you then go to this icon here, which is to add this theme into the swatches panel. You could have the option as well of adding that to one of your Creative Cloud libraries if you wish, and then you'd access those colors from the CC Libraries panel. But from here, if I left click, notice now in the bottom of the swatches panel, true to any new content that's added in there, it appears at the bottom of the list, and you're given a generic name here of bright colors, whatever the theme was that you go for. So from here, I'll switch to the selection tool. That makes the color theme panel pop up disappear, and then I will start selecting my content. So make sure that my fill color is active. With the box selected, I can then just click through and choose whichever I feel is the best color to work with in there. So my text is white, so I need to stick to quite a dark background in there. I can go down to the bottom, click on that one, and I could choose a different color if I wish, like so. I'm not getting any blues in there. It would be nice to get some blues. So again, you can always click away. If I collapse the bright theme in there, I could always go back to the color theme tool, hover over and left click again if you need to resample. This time I'll choose the colorful theme to make that active in there, and then I'll click on the plus. Again, I get a colorful theme in there, switch to the selection tool, and I'll select the box in the background, and then from here I'll click on that one, so I get a nice deep blue in there. That's good. I want a kind of a time with the ocean and the stuff on the beach as well, so blues and yellows would be good in here. I can click on the box at the bottom and then choose that kind of dark sandy color as well. That's good. And you can also double click and you can swipe over your text, and with the text highlighted, I could choose, let's say, a lighter sandy color in there, hit the escape key, And it gives you a really good tie-in between the photographic content and stuff that you have inside of InDesign. So there we have it. That's the color theme tool. You have a greater tie-in between your photographic content and the stuff you build inside of InDesign. Thanks for watching the video, folks. Don't forget, if you want to see more videos in the future, hit the subscribe button and then click on the bell next to subscribe to get all the latest updates so you don't miss any videos. And until next time, farewell.